Ah, ah. Yo, I walk the path where the soul don't bend, seeking the light. But it's hard to comprehend. Higher power flow like a river so deep. Meditation got my mind on frequency unique. Yeah, looking within. Nah, I'm joking. That shit was some AI written lyrics. That shit was whack. Hey, how you doing? 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 I hope Coach Tommy's laughing at me because he can hear all this bullshit. Welcome to the TBR podcast. Welcome to the TBR, TRPPT, TBR, TTTBT, TBR podcast. Oh, dog, you want to go outside now? Hey, the dog wants to go outside. See how he's right next to me? Or he just wants love. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How you doing? I got to bring in my homie. We're going to talk about some things. We're going to talk about the agenda about TikTok. We're going to talk about the whole overall agenda with dealing with social media. I saw a funny video today, which I'm going to show you probably later on. And yeah, let's bring on the homie. Hey, what up, Coach Tommy? How you doing?
What up?
So you sound like straight stoner.
Hello. How you doing today?
Oh, that shit's so fucking big. I forgot I did that. Hold on, I didn't set your camera.
Why do people look at me like this?
Yeah. Hey, you were playing the guitar on your stream?
I was playing guitar on my
I was
screen.
playing the guitar.
I put anthrax in your Slurpee.
I put anthrax in my soup. I don't know if that get us banned. I'm gonna put anthrax in my soup.
You act like I can fly airplane. I love this country.
That's a racist.
You talk about me, racist. Man.
Hey man, so what's up? You want to talk about the psyop of TikTok?
It is all, yeah. The whole, there's so many different layers of psyop.
Well, I would say the psyop is social media all in general. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
There is a subversion tactic going on. There is a subservience going on. I think
there's a lot of brainwash. It's all part of MK Ultra. The whole idea, every effort has been to control and dumb down society, man. Ever since, like, and not just that, but dumb down our spirits. The reason, if you look out and you see any parking lot, you'll notice it's all bland. Yeah. All new houses.
Oh yeah. You talk about the color. Colors got a lot to do with, but colors got a lot to do with shit, right? Oh yeah, of course, absolutely. That's why I was saying people are so urgent to stay stuck in their little cubes at home and never want to go experience the world. You guys should question that.
Harvesting luge.
Harvesting luge. That's cat.
That's what I call a prison cell.
Yeah.
Battery cell. That's what it's made out of.
Cell. Yeah, I like that. It's true though. It's all in the verbiage.
The magic's there. I mean, they dumbed down our ability to communicate with telepathy. So it's now it's like hearsay, it's woo-woo stuff. And then they chopped up English to not just be the Swiss Army knife of languages for the New World Order, but it's all for the purposes of witchcraft.
I think it's funny how you could say in such a time and age we've been so connected, right? But when it comes to people in reality, we're the most disconnected.
Yes.
That's my
every
design.
Intention that's evil hides it like that. So we advertise social media as a way of improving and strengthening connection. I mean, and dating apps, all that. But the actual product that's desired is isolation, where people only have parasocial relationships. No one's having families.
Right.
People, they want people isolated, and they hide it. Like, for instance, Planned Parenthood doesn't want to plan your parent.
No, they don't. They Planned Parenthood is such an oxymoron, and for
it's
what
lying to people. Very subtly, people don't see that political correctness is government dictated truth.
I said this to you last night. I said the day the world fell, right, is the day where everyone was able to get communication to them wherever they are, from like just to have interconnection from a communication model. Whoever's controlling that communication and the information that comes through that communication can control the world.
Yeah.
So the day everyone got a cell phone in their hands, the day the world fell. And you got to really think about what I'm saying here.
We're the last generation of young adults ever
Yeah,
that will know what it's like to know how to get laid
boredom.
without texting.
Right. I remember those days, and I miss those days. I remember walking everywhere. I mean, you had a house phone, and you had
Mm-hmm.
dial tone,
Yeah.
that nasty ass sound whenever you try to go on internet.
Dude, stop now.
Yeah, right. I miss that. I miss those days, man.
I do too.
I do.
Watching Are You Afraid of the Dark, having
Right.
like all the people, all the homies over when you're like, we had a fighting
Jailbreak,
tournament in the backyard.
jailbreak, bro. Pick up
Yeah,
basketball, all that shit, man.
everything.
Everything, bro.
Now we don't have that.
The
What we
clicker
do is we
boxes.
have activists
Yeah.
who want to raise your kids for you because you are a
Right.
domestic terrorist if you don't conform with.
It's herd mentality. And listen, I'm glad you said that. I have to show this video. I have to. Because this is when I talk about discernment, right? When dealing with people who fight for us. And this is such a great segue. And you're going to agree 1,000% on this. Mark Hunt, he's a commentator or whatever. You know who he is? He speaks against this person losing their job, losing everything for saying the N-word, right? Now, he's saying not that everyone says bad words, but you shouldn't persecute them and have cancel culture in that form and facet. And I have to agree with him because it's that democracy mindset. Like, if it's that whole herd mentality, mob mentality that goes against individualistic rights. And when you're a person who agrees with that, you don't even know that you're taking a slight against yourself.
Yeah, I know.
And that's the dogma. They're talking against their own imprisonment. Right. It's like it's so perfect, even though it's a controversial topic, which it's a social issue, hence why social issues are out there. You know what I mean? Literally.
Making it controversial.
Right. They're using
a way to exploit.
They're using it to control us, and they don't know it. That's the terriblest thing. Not to say calling someone an N-word isn't racist, but they don't deserve to lose their jobs. They don't deserve to have cancel culture. Just, you know what I mean? There is freedom of speech, and you can't say there's freedom of speech, but there's freedom to consequences. That means there's no freedom of speech. You understand? They've taken that shit from you. So anyone who thinks Mark Hunt is bought, he probably is, but right there, he's fighting for us when he says that. That's crazy work. They use social issues to control us so that we can vote against ourselves.
Yeah, and
that's the best way.
All the time.
All the time.
And
all the time.
I can't believe people are letting it happen. We're doing it to ourselves. Like, for instance,
keep talking. I think I'm a jerk.
When it comes to how this new world order is going to come into fruition, we're making it happen. Okay. When you buy the bullshit of how climate change has been exploited, you talk about carbon footprints.
Yeah.
And we need to consume. Always talk about how we need to depopulate, but who's actually putting pollutants in the sky?
Right.
Oh, it's the people in the private jets.
Who's
they're turning it into a CGI screen, and they're going to contain your carbon footprint. Tell you what you can eat, have you feeling eternal guilt for what your ancestors have doing to each other, and you don't even know if they did that for real because your whole history's a lie. The idea to demoralize your spirit, like, it's a masculine trait to stand up for what you know is right, and furthermore, stand up for others. They don't want that. That's part of the war on masculinity. Not the banning just looks like it is control over content. It's not really. It is nothing. It's about breaking the buck. The most outspoken voices need to have their spirits crushed.
Facts. I agree with that.
And that's what it is. But with saying bad words, who's to decide what the next round of bad words are? Right.
That's the key. It has nothing. Exactly. And therefore, bro, that's why I keep telling y'all it's a live exercise. The masks was a live exercise to see who would do the government work for them. They're about to pin us against each other, and you will see snitching at an all-time high.
They already had a mask
all-time high, bro. And that's scary. Your own people are against you. That's what they set up. It's set up that way, and
they divide people very clearly, not amongst values.
Yeah.
There's not two opposing sets of values where we disagree on like things that matter. Like, of course, you shouldn't fucking do horrible things to
Right.
children and then get out of prison.
Have you heard
That's
about what happened with Trump? Trump's right now, and China put this out there. Right now, Trump's trying to get in contact with China heavy, and they keep like putting his calls on hold. And while he's on hold, it's Obama speeches. And he keeps listening to Obama speeches until he hangs up and calls back again.
I don't know if that's actually happening.
That's what they're saying, bro.
Yeah.
That's diabolical work, bro.
The dialogue of the conspirators are a little above that.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about, though, right?
Yeah.
Have you heard it? Yo, I got kicked off a live yesterday for talking about Whoa Vicky.
What's that?
Some girl being trafficked, and which is so weird. They got me for hate speech. I couldn't.
That girl with that
In Africa,
Bayou accent. That got
the
That's
one
traffic.
that's trafficked, right? You think she's
That's
trafficked?
because, well, yeah, but
That's crazy work. They kicked me off TikTok just for talking about it and gave me hate speech.
It's-
I doubt it too, but I don't know, bro. I wasn't saying anything.
well, these guys are involved in facilitating it.
I wasn't
Instagram.
saying.
Yeah, no, I can tell you from personal experience because I have been in that rescue mission.
Right.
All right. These all of our social media, even in America, if you use Instagram,
Mhm.
open a brand new account, as in attached to an email that has nothing to do with you,
Mhm.
right? Say that you're a 15-year-old girl or something.
Mhm.
Then go in the search bar and type in any number under 18, just a number. See what the Instagram algorithm.
Oh, I already know, bro. They're turning faces
doing that
into
here.
Down syndrome now. That's all. That's weird.
They have a marketplace in Saudi Arabia and Kuwait and Qatar, and Bahrain,
Mhm.
and I know in Jordan, where Instagram exclusively offers the services to basically traffic
Well,
domestic.
there was rumor about what's that place? Dubai was sitting there paying Instagram
Yeah.
models to come over there and do some
Doing worse.
disgusting
They're kidnapping
acts, piss on them, shit on them, all types of craziness.
Yeah, they're worse shit than that.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to keep it. You think of the
Yeah.
worst things they're doing over in Dubai with IG models, you would be like, why the fuck are they going over there? And they're not going over there voluntarily. They're tricked and then they're stuck.
Yeah.
That's how.
So
Yeah.
this is what happens. We have modeling agencies out here that'll tell these girls, you're finally gonna make it, your big breaks here in Dubai.
Yeah.
Because they take them to each more ever opulent parties.
Mhm.
And in this particular situation, like this,
Sarah,
the
leave me
only
the fuck
time a girl
alone.
got rescued, she happened to be the daughter and niece of a somebody.
Mhm.
These girls were at a party, and all of a sudden, their passports were stolen in marriages.
Yeah,
The
that's
only reason
what.
why
That's
this
the
girl
whole
got-
week. That's the whole Whoa Vicky thing. Same thing you just fucking said. That's what they're accusing Whoa Vicky with this dude named Chex that sold marriages shit.
Oh shit!
Yeah, literally,
It's-
literally.
Well, yeah, they all literally do it, but I didn't know it'd be like
That's-
blatant and rent anybody.
yeah, with someone who's viral and famous. Yeah, we just had a big bust in Florida. There's a lot of shit happening, bro. A lot of
I
shit.
think the fame is often used to disguise that someone's been trafficked.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So yeah, we're actually pushing our shit ourselves. I say that shit all the time. They're using us against us. And people aren't even conscious of it. And they use racism as a trigger thing to confuse you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They literally do. They use cancel culture. I think that was created by the agencies, if you ask me. I think everything that's going on right now, every key phrase, every trend is all by psyop purposes.
A
and
lot of it is
I'm telling you.
absolutely
Yeah.
like racism, as we know. Like
Yeah, what is that?
it's an invention.
Of course. That's what I'm saying.
The type of racism that didn't exist. If it did, there would have been no civil rights movement. It would have been possible. Now the rest of the world knows that racism is bad because of us, and it's because we exported coolness everywhere. In 1947, they integrated the U.S. military. integrated U.S. military led 15 countries in the UN in the first war where it wasn't actually the first war in the modern world where black and white Americans never saw race.
Mm.
You had their six, they had your six, and they don't want to talk about. They want to talk about what happened in Vietnam and then invent racism and stuff and pin people against each other so they could fucking exploit you.
Yeah, it's always for that. It's always for
It's
exploitation.
about the rich with
Yep.
everything, making you resent each other and excuse them flaunt their wealth on a private jet and you worship them.
Shit, did you see the father who unalived that cop, ran him over because the cop killed his son? And then they all tried. Oh man, they tried to bully that guy. Doesn't understand. He's a grieving father up there. Had like 20, 30 cops in the courtroom staring at him as he's getting arraigned.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, and don't.
Piece of shit police force for doing that.
Where's BLM for that though? Where they at? You know what I mean? It's like that's how you know BLM is bullshit. Right.
They were created by George Soros.
Stage actors, bro.
Everything about race is staged. Everything is meant to trigger your emotions. So they use this situation because you can agree that the N-word is fucking terrible.
Yeah, but it's used everywhere. Think about it, when they can tell you can't say something.
Who lets you use it?
Right. That's another thing.
Black people that let you use it.
Bro.
But it's always some white angry bitch that's like, I hate you know.
Now, put it this way, the N-word is a psyop.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I've come to that recollection that it's what it is. It's privilege. It's no difference than white privilege. It's a form of privilege. It's black privilege. Tell me I'm lying.
Well, it's an illusion of it.
Huh?
They've created all this attention around these words.
Also, we can use it against ourselves. It's fucked up, man. It's so obvious, though.
They want us to destroy ourselves because
so obvious.
They're not human. Look, race doesn't exist.
You always say that.
What we think of as race in another country would be many, many, many different races. Mm-hmm. Like the ethnic genocides in parts of Africa where you just think, oh, wait, they're black people. No, they don't think that at all. Even from the same part of Africa.
Like here's a good question. You know, like cats and dogs have different breeds of cats, different breeds of dogs. Yeah. Do you think they identify? Oh, that's an orange cat. Fuck those orange cats. No, that's a black cat. Fuck that black cat. No, that's a Siamese cat. Fuck them Siamese. You think they or they're just cat? Yes, exactly. If an alien species looked down at us and we were all fighting each other based on our skin color, they were like, "Look at these dumbasses. They don't even know we could wipe them out instead of combining together to have a fight."
Yeah, so see, America didn't get racist until we elected Obama, right?
Man, so stupid. We are the dumbest types of creatures out there. Real.
There's a word in China that's an insult called boiza. Means white left.
Wow. I mean, every race is racist, though. Asians are some of the racist people, and it's
the worst.
They're the worst. Asians are the worst types of racists, bro.
And then there's some racists that aren't actually racist. Just a whole population of siblings.
Tyrone Bigham.
Fucking Israel and shit.
Clayton Bigsby. I know people that hate their own my power.
It's always the dumbest fucking white people on earth that will ever say that.
Right,
like you're threatened by Jerry Springer guests? Really?
Have you?
The only Nazis I've ever heard of lived under their mom's basement, stealing their mom's meth. That's diabolical work. I've been telling everyone we need to unite. Oh wait, this is something.
War has evolved. I'm telling you.
Actually, I want you to hear this because I gotta bring it up to you. Boom. Here we go. I gotta make sure you can see it. Always gotta do out to my boy. Gotta search out for my boy because I know when I switch, it doesn't come up there. I go to ClapCat settings. After ClapCam settings, I have to go to video shared source. I hit max screen capture. It pops up for them. Watch and learn. Oh, bitch. 2 screens. You need
a warfighter. We're not looking for tanks, planes, and guns anymore. If we are, we're decades behind. This is 5th generation warfare evolving into 6th generation warfare, which gets into the AI. What it is, it's silent, it's sophisticated, and it's all done through deceit. They're lying to us about so many things. I'm telling you, I've served at 6 different agencies over the years. I can tell you, I'm a national security whistleblower. And I lost my retirement out of it, but it was a righteous call. So what they can't withstand is exposure. And that's why I celebrate this how many more event. Exposure. That's what evil and the silent ones cannot withstand. When we call them out and expose them, Americans don't know who the enemy is, and that's by design. You don't even know that you're under full-scale attack. There is a war being made. It's just that you're not fighting back because you're not being informed on it in good faith. You can go research it and verify everything. I'm telling you, everything that you're seeing all these other guests talk about are symptoms of this war being made upon the United States right now. At its core, it is spiritual. These people subscribe to a very dark and hostile agenda. Type into any search engine 45 communist goals. Overthrow our nation without firing a single shot. Yuri Bezmenov's lectures on ideological subversion. Russian KGB defector warned us very, very powerfully. We didn't listen. Read Saul Alinsky's Rules for Radicals, their playbook. Listen to Klaus Schwab and what he admits that they're after with Agenda 2030, the Great Reset, and all these things are a nightmare for us. War has...
He lie?
No, none of that's a lie.
None of that's a lie, and people think we're crazy just because we are aware of what's happening.
That's by design.
Why do you think I tell people to go and research communism? Just go look at it, man. Look at what it actually is. Go look at it. And he's telling you some shit right here. You'll take over a nation without firing a single weapon.
Yeah. And the thing is that the communists from Russia tried to initiate that here, all right? And they were pretty effective when they infiltrated all of our academia. So all of our college professors are pretty much just propaganda czars. But it goes deeper than that. Communists still thought more with kinetic tactics. They invade other countries. They have other countries overthrow with communist revolutions. There's still kinetic action that always has to happen. But in the United States, it was so subtle. See, they didn't have a peasant class here to like rally like they did with Mao. They hit our intellectuals and controlled the way that we think. But that's all really the product of the Illuminati. Because what is also present in this existing communist countries that are officially communist is an elite class that is immune to the communism. And everybody still taxes their people because everybody owes money to the same exact people. All money is the same.
Well, what do you think? This is why I asked you on that video. You didn't quite answer it. Maybe you avoided the answer. How do you think society will be once AI and robotics has fully taken over all the jobs, and we need to still push on the economy during a UBI system where, you know, we are under a social credit, or forget the social credit, just the UBI system, right? And how would that be delegated and non-taxes? And of course, I know you say you'll have a time limit. Do you believe the new future will be in a positive for us, for the people, or will it be more of an oppressive state? I know it's a hard question. It's I know you got to be careful what you say. It is designed for oppression.
And the comfort of everything will be for people that are immune to it, and to keep up the illusion of comfort so no one knows they're being oppressed to it. But you're going to have a bunch of 15-minute cities that turn into actual 15-minute Gaza Strips. Gaza Strips in every country.
Right. That's what I was thinking, too. I think we'll be old. I think we'll be old at that point, though. You know what I'm saying?
I think it might be happening much sooner than that.
Nah, I mean, I hear that. I just think the infrastructure for it isn't so strongly put in. Now, say for instance we went under military rule, then yes. I think certain trigger things could happen to push us into expeding that timeline faster. But I think the infrastructure totally isn't up to support that. Even though you're seeing the building of the infrastructure today, no cap. If you're not seeing that building happen, it's happening. That's for damn sure. I've seen cameras everywhere, everything.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
They're hurting people.
Right. Also, yes. I think I think we're about to see a whole lot more of natural disasters that destroy and wreck cities, towns,
yes,
states.
And getting rid of bodies and making it look
right.
Like LA Fire.
Go ahead. I know, right. But I know this is coming very soon. Very soon. Y'all think
Well,
all
I
the
called the
fires were bad
hospital
now? You
during those
watch.
fires. What do you guys remember about Maui? And it's people that were
I mean,
trapped in their cars
they also
and
kids
couldn't get
went
out.
missing.
Yes. Well, the bodies, everyone's bodies was when we use high explosive incendiary
Yeah.
and able to turn the sand into glass,
Mm-hmm.
there are crispy critters that are still left. You don't evacuate people unless if you're using something a little bit more sophisticated.
Mm.
And in those cars at Maui and in Paradise, California, there were no bodies
There's
in
no
those cooked
shells.
vehicles. They gone,
Wow.
evaporated.
Yeah.
Well,
So
we saw on our For You pages at the beginning of this fire people that damn well didn't get out of those houses,
right.
and they scrubbed that shit from your For You page, banned
Oh,
with the
anything
pages
with
of people that were
lasers.
dead.
Anything.
Yeah,
They
well,
took away DEW fucking research. I mean,
yeah,
Northrop
well,
Grumman videos, everything.
not one single hospital in Los Angeles County, not one burn unit, not one emergency department was full.
That's
I called
diabolical
them,
work. Yeah.
which means they got rid of these people. When the National Guard came, there was no med ops. Their focus was keeping you out of your neighborhood.
Yeah.
And that was testing to see what they could get away with.
Mm.
Gavin Newsom isn't just some psychopath that has the audacity. It's just it in front of the world, in front of the fires. He's talking about talking with the governor of Hawaii and land developments, not like someone that's giving him condolence.
Mm.
He was excited about like
Yeah,
all the
he was
new
giddy.
business.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, like 3 days after the thing happened. We've been planning this
during
for
it.
months. Yeah, right. Well, 3 days after the initial
Mhm.
story broke. You know what I mean? Like it was
Yeah,
pre-planned.
and the one thing he had to say that was to throw Trump under the bus for promoting Los Angeles as the venue
Mm.
for the 2020 Olympics.
Yep.
How does that fit in? Like, wait a minute,
Mm.
you can throw him under the bus for wanting to
They
promote
gotta
the
destroy the
Olympics? Like,
build.
hey,
They gotta destroy the build. You know what I'm saying? That's
yeah,
what.
that's what they justify.
Yeah, they destroying the build, and millions are losing their livelihoods.
Yeah.
I mean,
In their
just
lives,
just look at the Asheville situation, bro. That was all over. Listen,
and we let it happen.
lithium
It's
mines.
goodbye.
There is a race going on. Hence, I brought up 2 years ago that China has banned the United States from trade with any precious metals, and these semiconductors are a big issue. What's going on in a race to become, society dominant in the production of this.
Yeah, that's why we're moving Taiwan's production over here.
Right. And that's why they shot down that plane, and that's what it's all over. And it's a trade race. It's a
Oh,
trade war.
yeah, and that's how you also know that it's not human
Right.
technology. That shit's off world.
Right.
It could only be made one.
You know what's
place on Earth.
crazy? As much as we think we know what's really going on, we probably aren't even fucking close, though, to a certain degree
It's
of the
scary.
underlying intention. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Like
It does.
It does.
Because with each motivation that you discover,
Right.
it changes
The whole
everything.
outlook.
So they compartmentalize it. So
Yeah.
they have people really believing in what they're doing,
Mhm.
and they can't see that they're puppets.
Right. Shit, even we're puppets to them in some form or facet. Keep it real.
Yeah, I know. I've
come to terms with that, and it doesn't mean what we do is wrong. It's just that we're more for advance of letting people know at least the base level form of listen, they're lying.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But they filter misinformation through us.
You can't control
Right.
or create the thoughts that come into your head,
No.
but you absolutely have control over where you allow them to lead you and others.
Facts. Big facts.
And if we do what's in the best interest of just your soul,
Mm-hmm.
we have intuition.
Yep.
We doubt it too often. They exploit it with cross chatter for empaths,
Yeah.
which most people are.
Yep. The majority of people are empaths. It's not a like, hey. Yeah.
No,
98% of the planet are empaths.
Yeah.
Keep
the
it
people who
real.
have the
I'm dead
most
serious.
difficulty understanding and realizing that are people that have been deprived certain things in early development of emotional responses some people call it cross chatter, but it's deliberate.
Yeah, I believe that.
It's about demoralizing us. I don't know why. Okay. I can see the tactical advantages.
We could talk about that because think about this. Maybe they can see why because of the outcome of what happened before with us when we did evolve like that spiritually into the point of ascension. They saw that we were taking their place in things and they didn't like that. So that's got to be more of the reason. Hence why they wiped away the old world. You know what I mean? They wiped it from history. When you wipe something from history, right? Like Tartaria, right? And you give us Jesus Christ, you have to question that. Think about what I'm saying here. They wiped away Tartaria from history, even though you can go get a globe that was from the 18th century and it has it on there. That was only 200 years ago, guys. But they're going to give you Jesus that was 2,000 years ago? I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really confusing that
think about that for a second.
We learn a lot about like how, like in my fraternity and stuff, what you learn, stuff I can't say. So I'm gonna try to compare it to this.
Stuff I can't say. Wait till we talk. Wait till I cannot wait to talk to you in fucking June, dog. Because this whole can't wait. I need unfiltered information. And shout out to the people that are going to be there. You're only going to hear shit there and never again on the internet. So whoever, I'm just keeping it real. Y'all are going to hear some shit at June 26th. The people that are coming that you will never go find on the internet. Let me tell you that right now. That's fucked up. It is.
There's got to be somebody else that's going to fucking say that kind of shit.
It's just not you.
Yeah.
I mean, whistleblowers have come out. Yeah, I mean,
I'm not no whistleblower.
I know, but so you're telling me that federally funded bill or law that protects whistleblowers is bullshit, right? Because they can get. I just want to hear official on record that you say it.
Yeah. Oh, this bill's gonna protect us. We're gonna just put your name everywhere and make sure that we know exactly where we're gonna.
It's the Freedom of Information Act.
That's fucking gaslighting.
No shit.
So
no shit, bro. Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
That's like your parents saying to you straight up, just tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. You won't get in trouble. You'll be okay. Then they whoop your ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what? They say the truth will set you free. I call cap. Every time I've ever told the truth, it's got me further into some more shit. You know, and I'm cool with lying,
You have to
bro.
explain it all.
Yeah. Go ahead. Tell the truth to the cops. You go to the cops, tell the truth. What happens? You go into jail.
It's because they use the lies.
Yeah, that's true.
Every legal system is based on not like what's right and wrong.
No.
That doesn't exist.
It's only what's beneficial to them, regardless if it's right or wrong.
Why these people lie during interrogation.
It's conquering, bro.
Exactly.
Come on, it's not. Yes.
It's a necessary evil.
Hey, man, how can my right be to remain silent? But you say I got to identify myself, but I got the right to remain silent. You don't get out of here. It's cat, man. It's cat. But yeah, man, you'll be a whistleblower one day. Active, non-active.
Well, I don't want that designation or anything like that. I'm just someone who doesn't give a fuck anymore.
I was watching a movie last night, and a person, it was The Tax Collector. Any of you guys ever seen The Tax Collector with Shia LaBeouf, where he acts as a Mexican dude in a gang, and he goes and collects taxes from the LA gangs or whatever? You ever seen it? Shia LaBeouf, the dude from Transformers. He goes, what's up, fool? He acts Mexican as hell. I'm not gonna lie, he pulled it great.
He's doing that in real life. He can't stop that.
No, yeah, I know. He's shot out. Hey, he's possessed. If you know, you know. He's channeling something else.
When he was doing that, it was when he was on a retreat as a real monk. Like he was experimenting with being a Catholic monk. Well, and he sounded like fucking dirty vato training.
In the movie, he goes, the one guy's a follower of Christ, and Shia LaBeouf is getting into meditation, right? And he goes, yeah, you should meditate. And the guy from Christ goes, hey, man, don't mess with meditation. That's demonic. And I was like, oh, my God. Is that how Christians really think? Meditating is demonic? Becoming with inner peace is demonic? How is that demonic, my guy? That is crazy work right there.
A lot of people exploit the meditation process to make it something that invites the demonic. That's what the gateway process is dangerous.
Well, listen, there was a girl, right, who didn't. Look. Oh, shit. I'm going to show you. Keep it on the screen.
All this time, I'm thinking Buddhism is about a damn God, and it's literally about learning how to relieve yourself from suffering and be self-aware so that
But
you.
I'm going to replay. Hold on. Is she lying? She's like, this whole time I thought Buddhists had a God, and she realized Buddhists, they don't worship any God.
No, no, no.
No, they
One of the
don't.
most
All this time, I'm thinking Buddhism is about a damn God, and it's literally about learning how to relieve yourself from suffering and be self-aware so that you don't have to go through mental pain and suffering and meditation. So y'all know it's my first night in a meditation retreat, right? This just fucked me up. Every day we gotta go to class. The lesson of today was just talking about self-love, happiness, how to detach yourself from pain, how to no longer suffer no more, XYZ. That man said, I don't care what your religion is, we is not trying to convert you. Let me say that first. Let me make that very clear. My focus here is to help you process your feelings, learn how to meditate, put you first and your happiness. Buddhism is nothing but you and your happiness. So you mean to tell me all this time Black Christian households are taught to stay away from Buddhism and basically fear it when all it is a practice of self-love and happiness? Bro.
That's demonic. Self-love and happiness.
Yeah.
Now think about the energy from Christians. You're a sinner.
Well,
think about
actually,
that for a
that's
second.
not, actual Christianity. There's a lot of it's so big.
Think about
So many
that,
different
bro.
interpretations.
It's quite,
Because what I was studying was about meditation, was about
Right.
that.
right.
But then you have other sects and denominations that can go from forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do, and you're gonna go to hell, and you're going to hell.
Yeah, the grit
So
and teeth, grit and teeth.
Well, it's an exploitation. It's a spiritual
Right.
pathology.
Facts.
So it's not most of the people that I encounter that call themselves Christians call themselves that,
I'm more Christian than most Christians.
and they don't even realize that they're doing the exact opposite.
They are.
But the psyop of everything that's perverting anything good gets people to live in contradictions constantly. Like the only people that constantly bring up how evil racism are the people who only see race.
That's message. That's a message. That's a message. I like that. That's a bar. That's a bar. That's a Handmaid's Tale. That's funny you said a Handmaid's Tale. You know, I've never watched it, and that's something I'm going to watch. I know my discernment would pick up on what the Handmaid's Tale is. Have you ever seen it?
No.
No, I think it's on Showtime or HBO, one of those two premiere channels. But I always hear people bring that up as in what's happening today in politics and the subservience of, it's like a Hunger Games type situation, Divergent, same thing. All those movies are all programming us to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Those aren't independent films.
Right. I think we're more on the class of Divergent than Hunger Games. The whole class system, 12 or 4 to 5 groups. And anyone who thinks for themselves is divergence. People with self-thought are divergents in that, and that is dangerous.
They want you in the hive mind.
Hive mind, yes.
Literally attached to your very own personal digital Jesus. That's why they're calcifying everyone's pineal gland.
You remember how you said you think we're about to have it happen sooner than I think it's going to happen?
Yeah.
So that means you wouldn't be on the internet no more. Right?
I don't know if the internet's going to be what we think of it.
No, it'll be a try. I mean, that's a good question. That's a great. I think it would be an uploadable device at one point. Where I'm saying you upload to the internet. No different than Space Jam 2, which is predictive programming.
Think about what they're doing with the metaverse, making people have their only friends or outside escape reality.
Yep. That's why I tell people to invest in metaverse tokens, because that's coming. It is coming, and it's the future where they want us on an evil agenda. So if you want to escape, get your money. I'm telling y'all to buy metaverse tokens. If I'm lying, I'm flying. I'm just looking at the evil, man. And if you can use it to get out, so you're not part of that system, do it.
A couple of nights ago, I was speaking with this girl about an idea for this Antifa token, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if that does come into fruition, and it will, every potential like movement of people that are being oppressed, every way to exploit a situation and create somebody to passionately become a freedom fighter will be coordinated.
Yeah.
It will be fed.
I'll be controlled. Is that what you're saying?
So we could have a reason for war the same way fucking Hamas was funded by Netanyahu. So what they did
it was also part of the Depop agenda to get rid of us too, ain't it? Right?
It is.
Right. Okay.
But it's mainly an excuse for the war machine to operate. See, when we have a borderless society, right? Who's the enemy now?
Right.
Is that enemy's
aliens?
Not
I mean, they're
uniform.
going to say aliens. They're going to fake.
It's going to be both.
Yeah, yeah. I think I can't wait to die.
It's going to be both. Like the enemy becomes anyone, and they even clearly state it in the book New World Order. Their intentions. These people do not hide their intentions. They don't.
They don't. I mean, it's in the interview.
We have to do our due diligence of reading the fucking ingredients of the cereal box and the fine print of every organization that intends to murder and rob us. And we're not. We're just.
I'm gonna be off the internet. I'm gonna keep it real. I am. I got a son. Y'all gonna know. And you could say maybe I'm too polarizing. Maybe it would be too obvious. Like if I got taken out, everyone would know who took me out. Like if I just died in a car accident, would y'all know? Would you know, Tommy? Tommy, why are you looking at the screen like that?
I don't think that that part of existence should be materialized.
Okay.
I don't think that.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying, well, hypothetically speak, all right? Say, for instance, I got taken out somehow, right? Would you be thinking someone got me?
Yeah. Don't talk about that.
I got you.
Because these people also, how many people have been taken out as soon as they said they're not suicidal?
Right. That's the whole, dude, Jeffrey O'Keefe.
Because it benefits them to know that in their mind, just stepping on the cockroach so all the other cockroaches can see it.
Yeah.
That's a big tactic.
Really?
The agency learned that from the mob.
Really? The mob was a good lesson. I heard the agency learned a lot from the mob, bro. Is that true?
They were interconnected. Like, okay, so my grandfather wasn't. Oh, it says, in order to safely land our troops for the invasion of North Africa, Sicily, and then Italy, the mob, the Cosa Nostra, had to orchestrate that for us. So when we had Italian POWs in America, of all POWs that were brought back to the States, only the Italians were adopted by Italian American families in places like Monterey and stuff, and they never returned to Italy. The Germans got sent back to Germany. Some of them got sent to East Germany and into Siberia.
I heard someone got sent to Chile. Is that true?
We didn't send them there. They sent them. They escaped here. The ones that we took as prisoners,
they were in prominent positions.
Status of purple.
Prominent positions into our military and everything. The ones y'all brought over here.
No, the prisoners. This is before, during the war, the prisoners of war. Well, the POW camps are out here.
I'm talking about post-war when all those people that were in Germany that were still lieutenants, captains.
That's because people taking sides with PSYOP.
So
the different countries at war don't realize that the real enemy is the one putting them in uniform.
Right, I understand that. That I understand. But what I'm saying, when we went and grabbed them, would you think that was to take their old technology? Again, you had to look at the tensions of World War I and World War II. You know what I mean?
We were about to get ready to fight the Soviet Union, right? We needed to come up on everything the Germans had before the Russians could. But a lot of that technology
no different than
would have never existed without Rockefellers. We were reclaiming our technology.
Well,
Nazi science was funded by Planned Parenthood.
Right, that I understand.
That's taking a lot of evidence back.
What the Rockefellers were in Germany or Poland? Where were they?
Here.
No. The Rothschilds are Germanic. They're from Germany.
Rothschild.
Yes.
Is like that's Germanic, but they're Jewish Germanic Rothschild.
Yeah, Roth.
But they've been in Britain,
right, Britain. Yeah,
like the Windsor family,
right.
for 300 or 400 years.
Mm-hmm.
They made all the initial fortune off of the Battle of Waterloo.
Yeah, the name has changed a lot. I'll say that. And they were in control of the Federal Reserve, the IMF, which is the BIS, which is the whole. It's under one umbrella.
International Monetary Fund.
Yeah, Christina Georgieva is I'm pretty sure the CEO. It was Christine Lagarde at one point. Yeah. And then they talked to the BIS, which is International Settlements.
I don't know how. Like, so money used to be based on the value of gold.
Used to.
Right?
Well, the American.
What the fuck was gold based on?
Right. Some people say we're here to harvest gold for aliens, but I think that's bullshit too. Again, I think it's us being harvested.
It's a loose thing. That's actually what it is. Huh?
Yeah, like, it is. We're being. I mean, they're eating us.
We can't really understand the value of in the differences in language. I mean, I'm not languages. Energy's produced by emotions.
Nothing's valuable,
but it's real.
It's just to have us have purpose. I think the whole monetary system is just to get you out your room, get you out your bed, give you a goal, a purpose to go out and work. What they're doing is controlling that purpose. You know what I mean? And having you not.
And they're controlling everything.
Well, yeah, they're not. But then you got to look at the intentions. What is the point of that, right? So you don't know who you are. Is that really what it is? So you're against yourself? Like, I always question the whole system all over and I think there's a supernatural situation
everything
going
bad
on
that they could possibly do.
I can't explain the overall intentional why, though. And that's when you hear Loosh and you hear all these crazy-ass situations. You hear someone just say
demoralization.
Yeah, but what is the point, though? Why? I understand conquering.
Why?
For what?
Why break us? Hatred. I don't know.
It's a conquering.
Other than that,
I don't know. It just makes no sense.
It makes sense that these people hate us. We can understand. I don't even really understand hate.
Right. I don't either. Well, I don't know. I hate a certain type of people right now, but that's only because of what they've done. But that hate wouldn't transfer to a lifelong like debauchery or to the point where I'd want them annihilated. No. So their level of hate is not my level of hate. You know what I'm saying? I think there's levels to this shit.
I've never.
And they got hate for us. I mean, they fucked their cousins, bro. They're very strong in their bloodline. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I believe has demonic energy all in together. If you got to marry your cousins because you don't want nobody outsider coming in here, first off, what are you? Second off, that sounds like some secret society shit where no human could probably even mate with you anyway because you're not like us. You know what I mean? You're hiding it from the world. Secret
society is all of them. They exist with this concept. See, we don't understand that when we use the word sheeple, I mean, a lot of people that are of the Truth Society believe, all the people that are being hurt are sheep.
Yeah.
But that's the philosophy of recruiting for the secret societies by saying that you are not of those sheep. People are stupid, and now you are divinely brought in to this group of intellectuals where we are going to run shit from the shadows. Yeah. Because people are too stupid to think for themselves. And they all believe this.
Right.
And then they get converted up more and more and more until it's like in your face that they're actually crazy enough to believe that this transhuman thing is going to help them actually fight God.
That's probably what that's funny you said that because I've been looking at what would be the polarizing thing to go and get people interested into this. And that seems like it, or even self-discovery. I think they're going to use spirituality as another form of facet to get people in there too. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Going to the light. Look, this is that guy the cop thing I was telling you about. This guy, he killed a cop. He ran him over.
But he killed his son?
Yes, but look at all these little pig ass, bro. Look, wild work. Watch when he walks out. Head up.
It's a gang.
It is a gang. Head up. Look at this cocksucker right there. This cocksucker. Yeah. 10 toes down. Yo, he was 10 toes down. Yeah. You can get. I love that. Yo, so support this man. Shout out to that guy, bro. I'm with him. You know what I mean?
If you're a law enforcement professional, your duty is to obey the law
they don't
and
even know
only enforce it They don't know the law because
don't
they
even
feel
know it.
entitled to their
Right.
gun and badge,
Right.
and they believe that they are the law.
They make up their own law as they go. I've learned that.
Yep.
You know what
Especially
I mean?
the ATF.
Hey, yo, have you looked into the Zendaya hat theory?
Hmm.
I like to have fun. Look. I'm going to show you this first scene when she talks about Beyonce. I don't know if this is a human being up here at all. I don't.
What's your favorite song by her?
Like, you saw the face drop? Watch again. Watch it come. It's weird energy.
What's your favorite song by her?
Hey, yo.
Oh.
What is that? This is called the tapeworm takeover. Just watch her answers, her mannerisms. It's wild work.
Is that like, that's like a impossible question, I think. It's Beyonce? Like, I'm gonna have to go with everything.
Yeah. Yo, her.
Okay, love you guys. Don't forget to smile. And yeah, just have a great day. And I'm about to go have dinner.
Bro. I'm not gonna lie.
So it smells really
Zendaya
good.
is
So
weird.
I gotta go. Bye, guys.
This is a controversial look. I still see memes about this particular look with my hat.
They're saying the hat she has is a straight get out theory. Something's going on. She's MK Ultra, huh?
But you know what? I stick by it. Me and Law, we thought it was chic at the time, and I think it's still chic. I will wear it again. I think Law might have this hat. Might have to bring it out of the archives one day.
Well, I think it's our job. So no, it's not. It's I think it's not our first rodeo. And we have an incredible director that kind of, you know.
What's your favorite song?
There's something wrong with Zendaya, bro. I think anyone in Hollywood, I don't think she's human, bro. Is there non-humans in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. That's like, no, I've actually seen some shit that nobody could explain.
Well, talk to me. Can you talk? I would like to hear something that you.
Okay, I don't want to sound hella crazy.
Don't
Fucking
tell
I
the
saw.
truth. I think you're crazy already. So who gives a fuck? Talk that shit.
Right.
All right. I love you. Tom.
I just saw some weird shit.
Tell me what.
I
Like,
can't really explain.
what do you mean? Expand vaguely. What weird? Like come on. Don't make me give you yes
It was
or no.
just.
You're gonna make me
It was
play.
just. It was some demonic shit. Like I can't
Oh, the
describe it. No, literally, I saw like
Say it. Just say it. Just say it.
I don't know how to. It's you. Their eyes
Okay.
were gone,
I believe that. Like the
and
souls
it
in
was
their
a
eyes.
deep abyss.
Mm.
That it's like that was being, and it's like they knew what they were doing. It's like it was like an appearance that they were. It wasn't like an accidental
Right.
glitch or
Well,
something.
that's because it's LA and California. There's a lot of creators that like first time streamers before they hit big, they move out to LA. There's a lot of people that say when they go to LA, bro, that it feels evil out there. Like they can't explain the energy. They
dude,
can't
it is.
explain.
I lived there for a little
They
bit.
say LA is get the fuck out of LA. LA is on a different time. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like- it's something different
it
out
is.
there. I believe it.
There's something. There's
Oh.
a pretty intricate highway system underground for.
That's interesting. Well,
certain
yeah, that's
neighborhoods and
true.
stuff.
That's true. There is a
You know?
huge underground system.
Oh.
Same with Vegas.
But it's not just in LA. You know, you can go to Vegas from that system.
That's crazy work. That's crazy
Um,
work. I believe it though. I believe we have all types. I think there's people under us. If I'm not, I'm being real. I think there's people that
We
live
have
underground.
bases so vast that you can go coast to coast underground, and we've been able to do that since the 60s. And I was in this underground base at a sushi restaurant,
Uh-huh.
and the waitress was amazed that I could speak Korean to her. I'm like, dude, you're serving sushi underground, bitch. I'm amazed by that.
I think there's really people living under our feet, man, in every state. Every state. I also believe you guys should start looking into the laws of when you're within 100 miles of the coast. Y'all are in a zone that is very dangerous. I'm gonna just say that straight up. If you live within 100 miles of a coast, you know what? I'm gonna make a video for y'all, get y'all that information so y'all can understand what I'm talking about.
I'm less than a mile.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? I'm telling you, and there is like this zone bureaucracy. type
My
shit.
area is unique.
Uh-huh.
We have the Monterey Bay Canyon. It used to be classified, the layout, 2 miles deep, and it prevents tsunamis from coming towards us.
Yeah.
and like it absorbs tsunamis, earthquakes, and we're on our own tectonic plate, Monterey Peninsula.
You think
It's hard to
are you
get to
close to San
tectonically.
Andreas? Are you close to San
No,
Andreas? No. Have you
well,
ever visited
they're on a
San
different
Andreas? Can you see
Yeah,
that fault
yeah,
line? That fault line crazy, isn't it?
yeah.
It's massive.
That's scary.
It is scary, bro. It
But the New
really
Madrid
is.
one is terrifying.
What, in Spain?
No,
In
in
Cali?
the middle of our country, in
Oh,
the Midwest.
really? What states does that run through? The New
Oh,
Madrid, you said?
yeah.
Hold
No.
on. You said the New Madrid, right?
Hey
Listen,
Siri,
I'll
where's the
type
New
it.
Madrid fault line?
I'll type it.
Go through.
Here's an answer from smo.org.
Charleston, Missouri, and Cairo, Illinois.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I just got it coming up right now. I'll put it on the screen for people. The New Madrid fault line, also known as the New Madrid Seismic Zone, MSNZ, is a 150-mile-long fault zone in the central Mississippi Valley that has been responsible for some of the largest earthquakes in the United States. This area, spanning parts of Missouri, Arkansas, Tennessee, it's right next to me, goddammit. I'm in Tennessee. I don't even know about why'd I move out here? Hold on. This area, spanning parts of Missouri, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, and Illinois. Damn, that's Paducah, Kentucky is like an hour and a half away from me. So I'm like right on the border.
Yeah.
Is a major
I don't think
source. Hold on, let me read this. Is a major source of
Yeah.
intraplate earthquakes, meaning they occur with a tectonic plate rather than a plate boundary. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, northeastern Arkansas, western. So wait. All right, but how's it in Kentucky if it's because Kentucky's in front. So yeah, it's not. I'm on the right of it. I'm on the right of it then. Because if it's western Tennessee, I'm like central eastern Tennessee. I'm more closer to the mountains that are like the Appalachians than, you know what I mean? But I'm in the Dixie Valley tornado zone though.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
What?
But the clouds out here look crazy, bro. Regular rainstorms in Tennessee. I'm like, damn, it's
God.
regular rain. What the fuck is this? It's crazy out here, bro.
Nothing is natural right now. None of the weather's natural.
Word.
That earthquake that hit Myanmar was a targeted.
It's hot as hell.
Yeah.
That's crazy work. Let's get hot.
Because Southeast Asia, especially like Bangkok, all of them, their economies
Yeah.
were getting to the point where they were shaming certain people in possession of the technology capable of creating earthquakes that are targeted.
Yeah.
Yeah, what they do is they take billions of volts, bounce it off the ionosphere, and they could do a precision trigger earthquake.
Yeah.
I don't think any
You think
natural disaster is natural.
Well, hence why we said what we said already. That the upcoming this summer, this winter, this fall, we're gonna have another.
Hey, they planned it. They published it.
Yeah, it's already.
They published
they got
it.
patents out there about these devices that control.
That's why
what
they
I'm saying.
believe they should get away with it.
Right, they tell you, and then they block your content for telling, just bringing eyes aware to what they're doing.
Well, I think it's their lemmings that want to block it.
Uh-huh.
All right. There's different levels of how they are able to push and enforce all of their bullshit. And a lot of it is ideological activist people that, that's cute stuff.
Yeah, this is crazy. You got me looking at this. This is worse than the San Andreas?
Yes.
How?
Well, one, the way that they can mitigate things, especially because I know it's a densely populated area.
Yeah, I'm right here.
But it's also a hub for the people in control of these things.
Wow.
And they much more would rather
I'm right here.
harm the people they resent in what they call flyover country, where they could, but they also showed with what happened to LA that nobody's immune. That was like a sign, like, hey, no one's immune.
Yeah.
These are bullies that are doing it to all our faces. What's dangerous are the people that are so adamant about ignoring everything logic says, like having contempt prior to the
They
investigation
both definitely.
of their own thoughts, logic, conscience, and the fact that they could easily look anything up with their own phones. There's blissful ignorance, and then there's just whatever. I don't know why people would desperately cling on to nonsense.
Have you heard about the blue rain in Texas?
I've heard of it.
Yeah,
I didn't see anything.
that's just some bullshit. That like
Well,
what?
I've been talking to people in Texas today, and
No one's
brought shit up.
Yeah, there's some weird shit going on. Like blue rain. Does the chat know what I'm talking about?
But they could fragment
I don't know.
people
I think
with
people-
different realities and understandings.
I think someone just threw some food coloring out there, bro, and tried to be
Probably.
funny. Because it'd be like, look, it's the one dude. It's one dude, bro.
What's that? Oh, there's a blue rain.
Like, he just, like, the one dude. Same guy. Look, same
What's
guy.
that? Oh, now it's raining.
Nah, that's got to be some bullshit, bro. Because this one guy talking about blue rain in California.
Yeah.
That's gotta be like chlorine. Yes.
Hopefully it's fucking cap, but
It
you
is
know,
cap. There's no way.
the thing is if there was
I'm not
blue rain, would it really be out of the realm of
Hey, this is a mind fuck. You know how much some clouds can weigh? 1 million pounds.
Yeah. They're floating,
And
but
they're
like
floating, bro. So that kind of disproves gravity.
What about
right?
an aircraft carrier? Yeah, it does, because an aircraft carrier.
Yeah, but that's called
floats.
that's with lift. That's with lift and
buoyancy.
No. It's not, because it's you're doing a certain speed and you got wings. You know what I mean? It's called lift.
No, an aircraft carrier
Okay. What do you mean?
floats on the water.
Oh yeah.
The same way a cloud does.
Right.
If you got a city floating on the ocean.
Mm-hmm. Bro, do you think there's things up there floating in cities and shit?
Yeah, we have the invisibility shit.
See, that's what I'm talking about. You guys ever see Black Widow when they had the whole thing up there and they say true power comes from the shadows? And they tell you on TV all the time. And let's also shout out to the Marvel fans. The second I see Iron Man come on screen on Secret Wars, I will cry. I will be down. I will be down bad. I will be down so bad. I'll have to wear sunglasses. I'm just keeping it real. I will be down bad. Not the homie. I fuck with Iron Man.
If anything invisible is shooting at people from the sky, we made it.
Yeah, didn't you bring up something about the Roswell incident? That was.
That was bullshit. It was a psyop within a psyop within a psyop. So the people who saw the aliens really believed that they saw aliens.
Well, there's so many people. Did you hear about the alien story that happened in like Brazil or somewhere in South America where it touched their skin? This alien fell out and then some villager touched it and then they end up dying because of skin.
Yeah,
some skin disease.
I guarantee you, only people diabolical to fucking make a genetic freak and fill it with venom.
That's what it is.
Shit, give it to a fucking bunch of poor people to touch and get poisoned with.
What about that?
Our government plants things like that.
I believe that. I know they do. Just like that freight container that went to Jamaica with all them goddamn chickens. I wouldn't eat one of them chickens. Like, if it's too good to be true, then it really is. And them chickens look fresh. And a fucking frick. Maybe it was refrigerated. I don't know. But them shits look fresh. Didn't make sense.
Contaminated, probably.
Yeah, something's in that chicken, bro. They experiment us. Come on, man. That's why we try to bring up the Tuskegee experiment and shit like that. That's the only
doing
reason.
worse than that.
Of course.
That was released just to create a little bit of racial tension.
Yeah.
They're doing that to everybody.
Yeah. They are. Listen, I believe that. I don't know what color. Like, you know how white people are labeled white and Koreans. I'm sorry, you're Korean, but you come off as a white boy. You know what I mean?
I know.
You do. But some would
I don't kick it with like.
It doesn't matter. There's no white. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying from what the social standing is. That's how.
Yeah. I know.
The people in control. I don't know what you would label them though. White? What? They're not white. They're like pink.
I don't think they're actually.
You don't think they're human?
Control. I don't think that. Yeah, exactly.
Remember, you said you think they could be AI. What if they're AI powered organic bodies? Because remember,
we do have. That's what I'm saying. Those were made by And what I'm saying is, the people causing the resets are the ones that possess your government and everything. North Koreans live their whole lives not realizing there are any real countries outside of America, Russia, and
That's amazing.
you know, these people aren't even, they don't, many of them don't realize that there's a thing called choice.
Right.
Like choosing your favorite color, that's a foreign concept to them. Well, anybody who brings in information about reality goes to a concentration camp. What happens here?
Right.
You get banned, doxxed, whatever. But we have a society that refuses to admit that we know less about, where we live than what we do know.
Yeah. I understand that.
We can't explain where we come from. We're possessions are being exploited.
I mean, you did say you thought AI was running shit to the point where
I do.
I'm at the point where I think they've been running shit. Like, isn't it weird how abrupt AI just came in and they were getting all these updates with AI, and it's weird how they just
and it's
hit
been
the scene.
around.
It's
before
been
that.
around, right?
I know that
It's
it was
weird
released in
energy.
1956. It was writing movie scripts then. They announced it on TV. They put a lid on it. Everyone forgot about it. Then fucking Terminator 1 comes out 20 years after that, and it's just science fiction. But that movie was funded by our government.
Facts. That's exactly what I'm saying. You ever
the
see that
point
one?
is for AI to be divot.
To divot? What do you mean?
They want to divot AI.
Divot box AI.
Yeah.
Isn't that a Jewish thing? That's interesting. Yeah, anybody know what a divot box is? I do. I listen. I watch paranormal content, so I know exactly what a divot box is. It's usually a trap of an evil spirit, which is not a box that has wax all over it with prayer, Jewish insignia, or I'm sorry,
Kabbalistic. It's
Kabbalistic. It is Kabbalistic, but under the Judean.
No, yeah.
Shit.
But they were the ones that made the golden calf when Moses got 10 Commandments. That's the distinction that we have to make here.
So they're trying to divot AI. That's crazy. So for what? That means that would be trying to get rid of AI then, right? Or have it come an evil nation.
Want
that's crazy. That shit was on the
AI to be the future ruler of all.
The next God.
And the idea is
Elon said that.
Yeah. And the plan is for the only from what I know from like eavesdropping and shit like that, or being brought in conversations that I had nothing to do with, that we're not supposed to know. Humanity's not supposed to know hundreds of years from now where this AI God came from.
Wow.
That it's just
I don't know.
Supposed to be society.
They can control it. They can control the information. Again, the day everyone was able to get information to them at an instant, you have to start questioning who's controlling the stream of information. And no one thinks of that. No one ever thinks of that. The day the world fell, the day when information was able to get sent to every single person individually, the day the world fell. And that's where we're at now. And that's
more than information.
Information is the most powerful thing. That's what it is. Information is brainwashing. You know what I'm saying?
They're programming
you.
It
is. It really is.
And since the beginning of this, the inception, the very words are telling a vision, channeling the program.
Living in a fantasy world, man. Think about it, man.
And there's a physical effect that these radio waves have on us, the 5G waves, that can be reversed.
Right.
We can develop tools to make them positive and reverse the effects. But
isn't it crazy? It's like a pull away from nature too. They're trying to pull us away from physicality, reality, nature, Mother Gaia, the sun. They're blocking us from focusing on the moon over the sun. It's crazy work. You hope you guys are paying attention to the energy and the intentions, because
you should know when you record the sun.
Yeah.
If they fucking ban a video of the sun,
that's crazy work right there. That's
so it has to be AI controlled, because the only thing that links really.
Right. I think all our guidelines are AI controlled.
They are.
They are.
But then but some of the people do look at us. But
Yeah,
the
it's
ultimate
controlled.
in control is being.
AI is not the friend,
Duh.
bro. I feel it. I
No,
feel
it's
like,
not,
and
Brian.
they're getting us to talk against it. That's why I say the whole point of cancel people for saying the N word, right? Listen to what I'm saying. That's no different than AI stopping you from talking about a DEW. That's no different than stopping AI stopping you from protecting children from being unalived in Palestine. That's no different. That's no different.
What they're doing is they're putting their foot in the door without
Right.
you seeing it because it seems acceptable.
And the people are pushing it. The people are pushing their own enslavement. They don't even see it.
That's
it.
Yeah.
It's
See,
so obvious.
The movies get us to program how we manifest the same outcome.
Social issues are a motherfucker, bro. They use them against us. Everything is a psyop, bro. Everything's
Have you seen Civil War?
No, I haven't. I didn't like
Well,
how it was made.
It's a stupid ass movie.
I heard it
But
is.
one thing that I noticed is the one that you're supposed to get the impression is like the child, the youngest character.
Yeah.
Is 23. Every single person there was. Every character was 40 and above.
That's crazy work.
Every person, every extra. So I'm thinking, wait a minute, was that actually on purpose to say that?
Absolutely.
And in the future, there's nobody's going to be. There's going to be no children.
No, it's just going to.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying. That's absolutely deliberate. That's absolutely symbolism. 1,000%.
Oh, yeah.
Just something like the youngest kid is 23. That's 66, 2, 3, 6.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you know, you know. But listen, I'm going to get out of here. It's been I always talk for an hour and a half. I got to go. Bro, thank you for coming live. I saw you go live. Fuck that guitar.
Yeah.
Nah, I see you be rocking, bro. Again, I can't wait for June, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, some of the questions I'm gonna ask you are gonna be the celebrities that yelled at the phone about me. I want to still know who those names was that you saw. I still want to know.
Dude, I mean, perhaps it's like there's stuff like on TikTok you should look for. I mean, that guy obviously saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matrix Truth Teller.
Yeah.
The homie,
he on it. Facts.
I don't want to talk. I got in trouble for saying that Jack Black sucks.
Bro, I love you, Tommy. Shout out to the guy. Too, bro. Y'all have a good day. Stay blessed. Stay woke. You already know. Understand? AI's coming for us. They're coming for us. Peace to the guys. Anybody got a question before I get up out of here? They make you think it's your idea. That's facts. Exactly, Matthew White. 1,000%. Corey, thanks for being here, big bro, on everything. I love y'all. I'm happy alien. Ashay. I like that. The Ashay, which is Ashley77. Wow. Yes, Britt Lynn, Matthew White. What's past? That's a gangster name. So what do we do? I love that question. And that's what everyone always says, right? What you do is, first off, you got to start making people conscious of themselves. You know what I mean? You got to start. That's why I'm doing what I'm trying to do is get people understanding that you're not crazy. You know what I'm saying? That these things are very real, and that they're using us against us 1,000% when it needs to be us versus them. Everything that's going on is a tool of oppression, and we're oppressing ourselves through the guise of politics, which they give us red versus blue, through the guise of social issues that they constantly have us bringing up, which shouldn't be social issues at all. They're trying to get us under the guise of a social credit score, straight up, where they can control your speech, where they can control your thoughts, where they can control what you do. And I don't know why that's what they want to do, but that's what they're displaying to us in an overwhelming form. And that is not up for debate. You can feel it. You might not be able to put an answer to what I'm saying or maybe expound on it more, but you can feel that something is not right. There's something going on that isn't what is always being shown or seen or displayed to you or explained to you. And it's deeper than rap. You know what I mean? So what's the best thing you can do? Become a better version of yourself. Start talking to your community. Start not being fooled by politics. Stop being fooled by the media. Stop being consumed by ideologies that aren't yours, and you know they're not yours. But you defend them, and you'll even go to jail behind them, and you'll even break up with family members behind them on ideas that aren't even yours. Families broke up over the Trump and Biden election. Families broke up over Hillary Clinton and the Trump election. Why? And y'all don't question that? Y'all don't see what's going on? You don't understand why single mothers are on the rise. You don't understand why the nuclear family has been destroyed. You don't understand why they're teaching porn to our kids. You don't understand why there's 800,000 missing going in America. You don't understand? Y'all have a blessed day. Peace to the gods. That was a meaningful thing.